Hey, what's up, Chris? Redbeard Videos, and we're here with another edition of Who Did It Better? And today is an interesting one since we're in the time of God, Christmas tree. We're celebrating the birth of many people's Lord. So I'm going to celebrate that by doing a Who Did It Better battle with
the devil.
It pairs two bands that you wouldn't think really would be paired. Although, the more I listen to them, the more it kind of makes sense. One's a little bit country and one's more rock.
I'm a little bit country, and I'm a little bit rock and roll.
But acoustic based. And that would be none other than the Charlie Daniels Band doing Devil Went Down to Georgia. And Tenacious D with their Beelzebub's final showdown at the end of their Pick of Destiny album / movie. Now, what I find interesting about this is that there's two completely different approaches to the battle, man and devil. And I want to be very clear about something here, because there are a million songs, and I'm not joking when I say a million songs, because when I started doing some research on this, there are no... And these were the two that percolated this right off the bat. I watched Pick of Destiny recently, and I love the end of that, and for some reason it became reminiscent to me of The Devil Went Down to Georgia. Now, I haven't heard that song in, God, a very long time, but I recall it, and it's almost the same type of thing. Man versus devil with their music, right? So that's kind of the premise here. But And that's the point. Like, there's a lot of, like, you know, man struggle with the decision of good versus evil. Or, you know, I was thinking of songs like Crossroads for a minute there. So before anybody jumps down my throat about, like, oh, there are a million better songs than Beelzebub, I'm going for the most literal sense of man versus devil. One-on-one, mano a mano. And what that looks like and who did it better in music form. Who did it better? Question mark, question mark, question mark. So we're going to kick this off, and we're going to do Tenacious D first, since it's the most recent one, 2006. This came out, and it was a big underground thing. And the most interesting thing here is that the devil is played by Dave Grohl, who's unfortunately done some devil-like things in the back end of this year. So hopefully he can recover from that. But I didn't know it was him until years later when I looked it up online and realized and found out that it was indeed Dave Grohl playing the devil. So let's kick this off with a little Pick of Destiny action. Beelzebub, Tenacious D, which is Jack Black and Kyle Gass, of course, with special guest star David Grohl of Foo Fighters and Nirvana fame. But first things first, let me just take a moment out here to please remind you to like and subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel, and please like the video. It pushes us into the algorithm, and it gets us going forward motion. I'm on the forward motion thing. It's on its way. We're picking up subscribers here and there, but I really want to set a goal. I just want to set a goal to get to, I don't know, let's say 10,000. I want to get to 10,000 subscribers by this time next year. So like a full year. Halloween 2025. I'm not asking for much. It's 10,000 people. So share this with your friends, will you? All right, back to the album. All right, so here we are. And just so those don't know the backstory, Cage and JB were trying to get the Pick of Destiny, which was apparently part of the devil's tooth. And this is when the devil finds it. It was the club owner the whole time. That voice. So right off the bat, I'm going to say that this is already different, obviously, than Charlie Daniels Band, which is a regular country rock, pop rock type of song. This is done more in a musical style. Like, it's not a rock opera because there's a lot of dialogue in the movie, but this is done more in what you'd expect to see in a Broadway show, where it's conversing and, you know, several characters playing several different parts here. So it's a little bit of a different feel right off the bat, but it's already funny. So and this is a little bit more raunchy. How good is Jack Black, really? I know he annoys a lot of people, but I just don't get it.
Give us one chance to rock your socks off.
The demon code prevents me from declining a rock-off challenge.
So now, like I said before, I haven't heard the Charlie Daniels song in a long time, but this is the same premise that the devil is roaming around Georgia, and this man comes up and says, "Hey, you think you're a badass, but you ain't shit." This is the same premise, except JB and Kyle are obviously trying to save their own bacon here. So let's see what happens.
What are your terms? What's the catch?
If we win, you must
I love the dancing.
your sorry ass back to hell.
His voice is impeccable. Seriously.
Also, you will have to pay our rent.
And what if I win?
You can take Cage back to hell.
What? The only way.
What are you talking about? To be your little bitch.
Fine. Let the rock-off begin.
I've heard that there's gonna be a sequel, and I hope so. Because I mean, I don't know if I know Jack Black. I know these guys are older now. This is almost 20 years ago, which is crazy. But I can't believe this movie's 20 years old. But I hope there's a sequel because this was such an underrated movie. This is such a good flick. So awesome. And what's interesting here is
I'm the devil, I can do what I want. Whatever I got, I'm gonna flaunt. There's never been a rock-off that I've ever lost.
so what's interesting about this scene here with this particular bit is the devil having just a microphone and a stand, and it looks natural, like it makes sense. And I've never seen Dave Grohl perform without either a guitar or behind the drum kit. So I wonder if that comfort level would go away if he wasn't in all that insane makeup and that character. Like I wonder if Dave Grohl can still be a good frontman without a guitar and everything. It's always something I wonder, because I've watched, like, for example, with Kiss, I've watched Paul Stanley do this once or twice in a few videos. I think the video Let's Put the X in Sex has him without a guitar, and it's awkward and it's terrible. Like, it's just not good. So it's a very odd thing. Claudio Sanchez is another one from Coheed and Cambria who I've seen just go out there with a microphone for a song, and it just doesn't work. Like it just doesn't look natural. They look awkward. It's awkward for everybody, guys. Let's just not do this anymore, okay?
I can't wait to take Cage back to hell.
His gig case.
Filled with my deep shell. I make you squeal like my Scarlet Pimpernel.
Come on, Cage. Let's fight his music with our music.
There's just no way that we can win. That was a masterpiece.
Listen to me.
He rocks too hard because he's not a mortal man.
God damn it, Cage. He gonna make you his sex slave. You're gonna gargle mayonnaise. No. Unless a massive monster mamma jam.
Dude, we've been through so much shit.
Deactivated lasers with my
With my dick.
Now it's time to blow this fucker down. Come on, Cage, now it's time to blow doors down. I hear your jibbles, now it's time to blow doors down. Light up the stage, cause it's time for a showdown.
We'll bend you over, then we'll take it to Brown Town.
We got to blow this fucker down.
He's gonna rape me if we do not blow doors down.
Come on, Cage, cause it's time to blow doors down. We'll find fabulous, it's time for the smackdown. Great stuff, Beelzebub. We know your weakness, a rocket stuff. We rock the cat.
His voice is impeccable. Jack Black's voice, man.
For all
Oh, dude, that whole section is so badass. Like, it is so good, and Jack Black's voice is so underrated. I can't express it enough. And like, We Are the D. That's just awesome. I don't know. I just love it. I love it so much. I think this song fucking rules. The robot.
You guys are fucking lame. Come on, Cage, you're coming with me.
You know what's interesting about that? So, and I'm sure we'll address this because I remember how it ends in The Devil Went Down to Georgia, but I don't remember how it's stated. But in this case, there's no judge, right? So if the devil is the devil, is the devil prideful? Like, is the devil someone with virtue or someone with like some measure of responsibility or some measure of humbleness that would be like, yeah, no, you guys really kind of kicked my ass. That was all right, fine, you can go live. Like, or do you think if it's moment to moment? Like, if you're thinking of Satan, the devil, the devil pleases themselves, right? That's the point of being, like, if you study Satanism, that's the point of Satanism. Is it's not that we worship a god. I'm not a Satanist. I'm not saying we. Those people do not worship a god. They worship themselves. It's kind of like worshiping the body temple and all that stuff. So of course, like, you have the devil here, and he's going to just be like, yeah, fuck off. I'm better than you. Whatever.
You came, you shall remain until you are complete again.
Fuck you, Cage, and fuck you, Jables. I'll get you, Tenacious D.
All right. And so there you have it. So that's Tenacious D with the Beazel Boss final showdown with guest starring David Grohl. And I'll say that song absolutely fucking kills across the board. I can say if I wanted to criticize something, I'd say the ending is a little lackluster for the ending of a song. But considering it's in a narrative, it's in a story, it's in a movie, and they had story to tell, so they needed to finish the story, and I guess this was the best, most appropriate way. But everything that happened before the very ending is just tremendous songwriting. It's good rock, it's good heaviness. Yeah, let's go on to the next. All right, so coming up next, we got Charlie Daniels Band, The Devil Went Down to Georgia. All right, so here we go.
We appreciate you coming out. We'd like to close our set.
Apparently this is live.
Single. This is called The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Listen to that crowd.
The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
All right, well, let's get this right out of the way. I don't know shit about fiddle playing. However, I know I generally hate it, but this is one of the few songs that I actually love it. Charlie Daniels is a fucking master, and I don't know if that's really true. If anybody wants to drop in the comments whether or not Charlie Daniels is actually a good fiddle player, I've done no research on it, and I have not listened to a lot of his catalog, so I don't honestly know. And even if I did listen to his entire catalog, I probably wouldn't know other than whether or not it's appealing to me. In this song, it's incredibly appealing to me.
Looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind 'cause he was way behind, and he was willing to make a deal. When he came across this young man sawing on a fiddle and playing it hot, and the devil jumped up on a hickory stump and said, "Boy, let me tell you what."
All right, so he was way behind. So which means, so this is different. So this kind of this isn't just some rando type of devil, situation where he was just walking around and got challenged to a duel of some sort. This is similar to Pick of Destiny, that the devil's here for something, looking for a soul to steal, as he said. So
I guess you didn't know it, but I'm a fiddle player too. And if you care to take a dare, I'll make a bet with you. Now you play pretty good fiddle, boy, but give the devil his due. I bet a fiddle of gold against your soul, because I think I'm better than you.
okay, so I also want to point out one other thing. I think I'm going to take this from a song standpoint. Presentation-wise, obviously, Pick of Destiny is a full-on movie. You had the devil, you had all kinds of special effects and all kinds of things that would enhance the video. Whereas this is just Charlie Daniels playing live, which is cool. Don't get me wrong. Watching great musicians do their things very well is appealing to me. But I'm just saying, in case one of you, again, in case you're watching this going, well, that Tenacious D video is way better. This isn't about the video. This is about who did the song better, who did the story better, okay?
Boss said my name's Johnny, and it might be a sin, but I'll take your bet you're going to regret, because I'm the best as ever been. Johnny.
So I love that. So we built up some character for Johnny, where he knows it's a sin to bet against the devil and to challenge, and to mess with your soul, so to speak, to bet your soul. It's kind of against God, but but he's so into fiddle playing, and he wants to prove that he's the best there's ever been, that he's willing to forego God. I like that. I like a man who's willing to look at their God in the face and say, your rules are dumb. I like that.
But I like that. I like that.
Hard, cause hell's broke loose in Georgia and the devil deals the cards. If you win, you get the shiny fiddle made of gold. If you lose, the devil gets your soul.
I have no doubt in my mind that back in, I think this song came out in 1978. Yeah, so this came out in the late 70s, 1979, and I'm willing to bet that A Fiddle Made of Gold would have been insane in 1979. Now, I'm willing to bet in 2024 that some asshat somewhere has a fiddle made of gold. Probably more than one rich douche nugget has a fiddle of gold. So this may not resonate with the 2024 crowd, but trust me when I tell you, back in the 80s, a fiddle made of gold would have been a high commodity. It would have been a very valuable piece of music equipment to have.
And he said, I'll start this show, and fire flew from his fingertips as he rosined up his bow. And he pulled his bow across the strings, and it made an evil hiss. Then a band of demons joined in.
That's so dope. That's still one of my favorite lines of all time. He drew his bow across the strings and made an evil hiss, and then he does that. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's subtle. It's super subtle, but I love it.
Sounded something like this.
And then the demons come in and sound bad fucking ass. This guy's playing the keyboards with a broken arm. Hold on. Let's give the real MVP award to this guy. What's this guy's name? Let's look it up, shall we? Let's look up who this guy is so I can give him his propers. Taz D. Gregorio. Of course his name is Taz. Of course. This guy's sick. The guy's over here playing with a broken limb. A bum wheel, if you will. A bum appendage. Dude.
Johnny said, well, you're pretty good, old son, but sit down in that chair right there. I'm going to show you how it's done. Fire on the mountain, run, boys, run. The devil's in the house of the rising sun. A chicken in the red pan, I'm picking out dough. Her granted is a dog, but no child knows.
What a badass.
His head because he knew that he'd been beat. And he laid that golden fiddle on the ground at Johnny's feet. Johnny said, devil, just come on back if you ever want to try again. I done told you once, you son of a bitch, I'm the best as ever been. And he played, fire on the mountain, run, boys, run. The devil's in the house of the rising sun. The chicken in the red pan, I'm picking out dough. Her granddad's a dog, but no child knows.
Hell yeah. I gotta go out on a limb and say that's potentially one of the best songs ever written. Like, I don't say that lightly. The reason why I say that is because I absolutely hate country music in almost all its forms. I'm one of these people that will definitely be like, oh, I like a few. It's not all that bad. Like, I'm bullshitting myself when I say that. The second country music comes on, I literally will shut it off or leave the room. Like, it's one of those things that I can't even get into Johnny Cash. Again, I will say that I like a few songs. Like, I have picked up a song or two that I'm like, okay, well, that's decent. Leonard Skinner is about as country, or Marshall Tucker. God damn, I'm like choking on my own words. Leonard Skinner or Marshall Tucker. Again, I did it. Why can't I say Marshall Tucker? Marshall Tucker Band, 38 Special. These are more like especially like 38 Special is more of a commercialized Southern rock. Leonard Skinner, like the song Mr. Saturday Night is just one of the all-time. Saturday Night Special. I'm sorry, it's not called Mr. Saturday Night. Saturday Night Special is one of my not one of my favorite songs, but it's definitely amongst the 70s song that if I was making like a definitive 70s playlist, I would put that song on there amongst the Sabbaths and the Kisses and the Styxes and the Queens and the Rushes and all of that. I would put that one song and like, of course, like, you know, you Give Me Three Steps is a decent song. Like, there are some of these Southern rock songs, but they gotta be Southern rock. This is not Southern rock. Charlie Daniels, this is like fiddle heavy country music of the old school variety. And yet this song fucking slaps. This song is so goddamn good that the end of that song is amongst like one of the best endings to a song that I think I could conjure. I just love it with all of my heart. And I don't know why I haven't listened to it in like probably like a decade. I haven't gone out of my way to listen to this song in a very, very long time. So when I'm comparing the Tenacious D, Beelzebub's Final Showdown, and The Devil Went Down to Georgia, I'm sorry, but as far as a song goes, I have to give the victory here to The Devil Went Down to Georgia in terms of songs. It's just a better song. Beelzebub is a great song, but it's obviously comedic. It's obviously tongue-in-cheek. It's obviously vile and it's vile and vulgar, which doesn't take anything away from me. I don't mind the vile and vulgar personally, but it definitely has, it's more of a show. It's more of a Broadway feel to it, or a rock opera. And I think that takes away from it as a song. As far as the performances go, I think the performances are a wash. I think JB and Kyle Gass and Dave Grohl performed their asses off on that song, and it's fantastic, and it's really funny, and the timing is great. Jack Black's voice is fucking immaculate. And of course, hearing Dave Grohl do that before he did any of the metal stuff that he went on to do later on in Foo Fighters' career, it was really cool. And obviously he was, you know, changing his voice to not sound like Dave Grohl, whatever. But it was cool. It was good to see Dave Grohl outside of that thing and hear his voice like that. This song, though, I don't know. Overall, by a smidgen, I got to give The Devil Went Down to Georgia the victory here of who did it better, because it's got everything. It even develops Johnny as a character for a second. He's a brash young man who is a believer in God, but he's a believer in himself, right? And you get like that story, like with the Beelzebub, you kind of have to know the whole movie and all that. And that's just, you know, that's a function of it was part of a bigger story and it wasn't the only whole story. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost at a disadvantage from that perspective. Obviously the video for Beelzebub is better, but overall I have to give this to Charlie Daniels, The Devil Went Down to Georgia, just because I just think it's a better song as a whole, even though I love the Tenacious D song a lot. What do you think? What were your opinions? First off, what do you think about these two songs as a whole? And secondly, which one would you prefer, one over the other? And thirdly, if there's a devil battle song that you think I'd want to put up against The Devil Went Down to Georgia, put that in the comments and let me know, and I'll do another one of these featuring The Devil Went Down to Georgia as the victor, and we'll do this tournament style. So if you have any ideas, any songs that you think that would fit this storytelling type of man mano a mano versus the devil thing to put up against The Devil Went Down to Georgia, I'm all ears. Put it in the comments and let me know. And also make sure you check out my socials. I'm at all the places at that Redbeard Videos. It's easy enough. And check out my link tree, which is Redbeard Network. And until next time, thank you so much for being here with me, as I so much enjoy being here with you. Happy holidays, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Bye.